guys, I was right into it then. How are you? So today's live show, we're going to be talking about 3 reasons why to start a podcast. I could go on and on about this, but I'm going to try really hard. You'll be proud of me to stick to 3 things. So let me know how you are today. If you're out and about, or you're hard at work, or you're sleeping, whatever you are doing right now, let me know. I'd love to know. So 3 ways that you can 3 reasons why you can start a podcast. Podcasting is so much fun. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to take loads of time. It doesn't have to take up loads of money. It can be, like I explain it to people, like it's talking to your best friend. So maybe you're interviewing somebody and you just feel like you're getting on like a house on fire. Maybe it's like that, but it's also, if you're solo, it's just like chatting to your best friend through the microphone. It's very, very personal. So lovely to see somebody here at home relaxing and brainstorming. You need to drop 2 YouTube videos today. Fantastic. So you're watching in the Facebook group, which is great. Now there should be up here a little thing saying let Ecamm see your name, so I can see in the replay when I go and watch it back who it is. But when you're live, because it's a group, Facebook has this annoying function. So thank you so much for watching. You're not walking, you're relaxing and brainstorming. I'm going to give you an applause. Yay! Go for it with your 2 YouTube videos today, and let me just get you going with this air horn. Whoa, you can do it. You can do it. Well done. Excellent. Get in that action. Get in that motion. I think that YouTube is a fantastic platform as well. And hi to guys on YouTube. Lovely to see you here. Thank you for watching. So right, let's get into it, guys. Just have this little intro to welcome our wonderful podcast audience, and then in a few seconds we will be here. Shanita, hi. I just went into Ecamm. Oh, well done, well done. Now it should show your name to me now. That's strange, isn't it? But thank you so much. I thought it might be you. Lovely to see you here. Really, really appreciate it. I hope you're well, Shanita. Let's get into it. Just a few seconds and I will be back for this training. 3 ways that... I keep saying that. 3 reasons why you should podcast. I'll be with you in a second.
This is the Thrive with Live show, the podcast where you can learn to go live with poise, professionalism, and peace of mind. Live video is the best free tool to win clients and grow your income and authority. So, if you want to ditch the overwhelm and confusion to skyrocket your online success through the dynamism of live video, then you are in the right place. This podcast covers all aspects, from your mindset, voice, style, and personal branding to all the technology and tools you need to get started and grow with live video. And now, here is your host, Katie Simpson.
It's me. Hi, so welcome. So 3 reasons why you should podcast. And yeah, podcasting is a wonderful, wonderful platform. There's something very intimate and special about audio itself, and especially if the audio quality is really great. You just sound like you are in somebody's ears. Just a little apology if you're watching live. I've got these great big sort of Mickey Mouse ears on, as it were. I haven't got my little earphones at the moment. I'm going to get them soon, so you don't have to go live looking like sort of an astronaut or Mickey Mouse or something. And actually, if you're wearing earrings, it actually hurts a little bit. So if you're watching live, don't worry that I look a bit strange with my headphones on. It is a party. It is a party. I am using the wonderful Ecamm software. And I have a little course that I've just started helping people to use this amazing platform. So if you're with me live or on the replay watching the video, you will see that it looks pretty professional, doesn't it? That is Ecamm, and I have lots of free videos all about Ecamm and a course about how you can get started and get your live videos looking fantastic. So I teach going live into a podcast. I also teach not doing it that way, just recording straight into a podcast. But my jam is creating a weekly live branded show for you on a platform like Ecamm, or wave.video is very good too. And taking the file, and it's really easy to repurpose that into a podcast. Well, it doesn't have to be like a shoddy half attempt at just getting your name and your voice out everywhere. You can do it really professionally. You need to honor the platform that you're on, don't you? So if you're doing a live show and then just posting the whole thing without any edits or any intro or outro, anything like that, onto the podcast, it won't be that great. I edit out when I'm saying hi Shanita and all that sort of thing. When I'm saying hang on, I'm just sorting this out, I edit all that out, because it just doesn't work very professionally for podcasting, in my humble opinion. But it doesn't take me very long. It takes me about 1.5 hours from my live show to really, I edit it a lot. I really go to town. You don't have to do that. I do all of that. I put up my show notes. I publish it in my favourite hosting platform, Captivate FM, but there are loads of them. You can use different ones. I teach that in my podcasting course. But it's great, and you grow a whole new audience there. It's a totally different feeling, a totally different vibe. So let's get into it. So number one is basically what I've been talking about. It's easy to repurpose maybe you have a weekly live training, maybe you have a show like mine, the Thrive with Live show that I'm on right now. Maybe you have something like that. Maybe it's on Instagram, or on Facebook, or YouTube, or LinkedIn, or Twitter actually, and maybe you do that once a week, or maybe you just go live on your phone. You can repurpose that, take that file, and then you can put it into an editing platform. A lot of people love Audacity, which is a free audio program, and they edit their podcast from their live training however they've done it. Maybe they've just spoken into a recording platform, and they edit it with either Audacity or GarageBand. That's fantastic if they're happy with that. There's another one also that's like that, but it's called Podcastle, and there's a free, all of those, you can have a free plan for it. If you like editing from a wave form and you're used to it, great, fantastic, brilliant, carry on with that. For me, even being a musician and a previous GCSE and A-level music tutor who taught people to do things like that, personally, I haven't got the time, and I can't stand editing like that. I'm more visual. I am very auditory as well as a musician, but I'm very visual as well. And there's 2 platforms that I use to repurpose. So basically what I'm telling you in this point is that you don't have to spend ages creating completely new content for a podcast, because that's going to give you a whole load of overwhelm even thinking about that. That's going to take you more time to make a podcast, and we just have limited resources of time and energy, don't we? So I am all about making one main theme for your week. Maybe you start it off as a blog. Maybe you start it off as a long form post on a social media platform. Maybe you start it off as an email. But your brain is thinking in that way. It's still the same. There's a theme for your week of content. And you can make that into a podcast without a whole load of new work. So I recommend my favorite way of doing it is to take this show that you're seeing right now and put that into a podcast. So the first thing that I do is I download the file, which is so easy when you're using an amazing program like Ecamm Live. It automatically downloads to my downloads file in my computer or wherever you want it to go. And you can open that in a program called Descript. I adore Descript. It's not very much money per month, and what you get for it is, in my humble opinion, amazing. Descript. 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 I have a link for that, which will be in the show notes for my podcast, and you can ask me if you'd like the link for that to have a look at it. It is a game changer for me and for lots and lots of people, because what it does, you just pull in your file into this program, and it takes, for like a half an hour show like this generally is, it takes 30 seconds to transcribe the whole thing into text. Transcribe it. And then what you can do is you can play with it like a Word document. If you decided that you said the wrong thing in the wrong place, you can highlight it, pull it up here, down there. If you said or you said something wrong, you can just delete that word, just like you do in a word processor. And if you get their Pro plan, something like that, you can actually, if you said the wrong thing, and a lot of us make little mistakes because of the heat of the moment, you can actually type in another word, and once you've taught it your voice, it has a robot that makes your voice sound like you. It's incredible. It really is an amazing tool. So not only can you do that, you can have, what I like to do is highlight a really juicy short bit of the show and put that at the beginning of my podcast, and then put some music underneath it, so it intrigues, it's a little bit entertaining as well, a little bit light-hearted, and that's right at the beginning of the podcast, so people listening can instantly get an idea of what that show is about. You can easily just cut that section out and export that to your wherever you want to complete your editing, or you can just put it at the top of the Descript if you use Descript only as your editing platform. You can add that music underneath. I know, it's so cool. And you can take that juicy bit and export it as an audiogram. So you know those little posts on social media that have the karaoke words going across? That is what an audiogram is, and you can have your branding colours and your logo in it with Descript. It's so clever. It really, really is an amazing editing platform. I really recommend it. And then you can make it sound like studio sound quality within the same program. You can improve that. You can add your professional intro like I have, or your little intro that you recorded earlier. You can put that where you want to. You can put your ending where you want to, your outro. and you can export that into your hosting platform. Now, what I personally like to do is I have one more step as well, just to make my life easier and to make it really visual and colourful for me to find it easy to edit. I go into another program then called Alitu, Alitu. And again, if you'd like the link on for that, if you're watching live or on the replay, just put Alitu, Alitu, and it will be in the show notes of the podcast as well. Alitu is such a fun platform. So what I do is I just pull my different bits of the show into Alitu. One of the bits I like to do is I like to do a little quiz if I'm interviewing somebody, and so I pull that into Alitu. I pull my little teaser, my professional intro, outro. So I basically got all these little segments, and I can see them on the screen in front of me in a list, and they are color coded as well, so it looks very visual. And what I can do easily with Alitu is I can make one fade out and one fade in, and do that with all the bits so it sounds just seamless. I can add the music to the teaser and make it at the right volume easily. It just sort of automatically does it, and then it automatically really improves the sound quality so that it's perfect, it's compressed, it's well produced, it's perfect for podcasting. Because I don't know whether you've ever been in your car listening to various radio stations. It doesn't really happen now when we've got digital radio stations, but have you ever been in the car, you've been on a radio station and you've changed radio stations, and suddenly the volume is miles louder or miles less? Have you ever felt that, like you jump in your seat in the car? That is what can happen with podcasting if your show is poorly produced. If the sound hasn't been compressed and made into the quality sound that you want, and you don't want people to instantly be like, oh no, I'm not listening to that. They'll straight away turn off. You don't want that. So something simple that sorts out the sound for you while you go and get a cuppa is exactly what I want personally. So that's my little workflow. And then the amazing thing about Alitu is that you can just upload it into your hosting platform. That means the people who hold your recordings, and you can keep changing your recording if you want. If you realize after a couple of days you actually listen to your recording, oh no, I put the wrong bit in there or whatever, don't worry, you can just change it in your hosting platform, and instantly it will go out to Apple and Google and Spotify and wherever, the new version. So that's what a hosting platform does. They host your recordings, and they continuously put the feed out into the world. And yeah, so in Alitu you can just instantly do that without even going into your hosting platform if you're linked with something like Captivate FM, which is my favourite hosting platform. There's loads of reasons why. I've got another video on that if you want to look at that. Right guys, so that's the first tip. How did you get on there? Woo! Second tip. A reason why to podcast is that you can avoid algorithm problems. If somebody subscribes, they don't call it subscribe anymore. They call it like follow or like your podcast. It will automatically be downloaded to their phone, their device. How cool is that? And they can, without any worry, are they going to see my post? Are they going to be able to find my podcast episode? it's already downloaded onto their device. So if you do a podcast every week or every day or twice a week, whatever it is, it will be downloaded automatically into somebody's device. That is so, so cool. So you completely avoid the algorithm problem there. And you can just give them one link to be able to get to your episode without any difficulties. And you can create your own website if you like for your podcast. That is really good to do that. So it really reaches your audience. As long as they have liked your show, then it's fantastic. So hi, who's watching? It's lovely to see you. So loads of you are watching in the group, which is wonderful. Thank you so much. For some reason, I'm not seeing your names at the moment. So, oh, it's Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. Lovely to see you. Algorithm can be so bad. Yeah, it can really be. I mean, we mustn't complain because the algorithm can really work in our favor, and it's best to just try and do our best rather than blaming our tools, isn't it? We can always say, oh, well, it's the algorithm's fault, blame something else. But it can be really difficult, can't it, to find your audience. And also people don't want to necessarily be tagged at everyone, to make sure that they see it. You can do that once in a blue moon, but not regularly. So yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? And podcasting gets away with that. As long as they've liked your show, you can get them to like your show in the best possible way, then they will see it. It would be downloaded on their device, and you really can reach your audience there. So I'm going to get into I'm going to get into point number 3 now. Point number 3. So build your fan base. A reason why to podcast is you can and you will build your fan base. There is something very special about podcasting that I mentioned at the beginning. It's just like very, very close connection with somebody. You can't see their face. You can if they go from a live show to a podcast and repurpose it. Hint, hint, that's what I love teaching. But there is a very special connection one-to-one with somebody. If you have your microphone close to your mouth like I do here, and if it's quite a high quality microphone, so it's picking up all the tones of your voice, it picks up your expression a bit more, it makes that lovely warm sound of your true voice come through. And by the way, if you want to work on your voice, just put voice below, because I am a voice coach too, and I have a course about that. So I love helping people find their true voice. But that's an aside. If your microphone is good quality, the one that I'm using now is called a Heil PR40. I have links to microphones as well if you'd like that. It's a really high quality microphone. It really is. It's not a beginner's microphone, and there's a few reasons why, one being the cost, but it is a very high quality microphone. You don't need one as expensive as this. A really good one is actually cheaper than the popular Blue Yeti microphone, and there are 2 of them that are basically the same thing. And they cost, in the UK at the moment, one of those is like £70, and the other one is about 82 or something at the moment, which is about so it's about $85 US, the first one. They're not expensive microphones, and they are actually, I think in a lot of ways they're better than the Blue Yeti. They're not quite as versatile as the Blue Yeti, but the sound quality is really, really good. So you don't have to spend a whole load on microphones, and you're very close to your audience. So it really creates this very close connection. And in general, people listen to a whole show when they're listening to podcasts. It's very, very common that people will listen to your whole show. Whereas if you think about live video, for example, me here, we're just picking it up when we're working, when we're going about. It just pops up, doesn't it? And it's more, you generally sort of say hi to somebody, I'm just popping in, and then you've got to go. But podcasting is really different from that. People will tend to put that time aside. Maybe it's their special time when they're driving, or when they're washing up, or when they're knitting or gardening, or whatever it is. I actually love listening to podcasts when I'm gardening. So whatever their special time is, maybe it's their time in the gym, maybe it's their time nursing their baby, and their hands are busy, their feet are busy, but their brain is free and wants to do some, training, or just have some fun with you, chill out with you, and they will generally listen to your whole show. Now, that is amazing. If somebody is listening to your whole show for a quarter of an hour, if your episode's quarter of an hour or half an hour, that's typical that a podcast is half an hour, or even longer than that. Each of those times, that is really, really prime real estate, as it were, isn't it? You really build raving fans from having a podcast. If they're loving your show and they listen, on average, they will listen to the whole thing. Just think of what you can do. And you can tell people about your offers on your show. No problem, because it's your show. You can do so much with it. It really is incredible. I have got a wasp right in front of me right now. Go away. Oh dear. I will edit this out of the podcast later, and it will take me about 1 second to edit out my wasp moment. Right, let's carry on. So anyway, guys, those are 3 reasons why you can podcast. I could just go on for ages, so let me know if you've got any questions. Oh no, somebody says yeah. I don't know whether it's a he or a she. Wasp is like on the ceiling at the moment, so I'm not too panicked. Go away, wasp. Yeah. Oh dear, it's all about performing, isn't it? The show must go on. Now, what is great about this show is that I've got a little scene, which is, if I have any problems, like the doorbell goes, the dog barks, I have to run to the toilet or anything else, I can just put this scene that says I'll be right back. So I will show you this for 1 second, but I'm here, guys. I'll be back. I'll just show you. This is like the magic of Ecamm. Let me so it's so cool. And the music that I've got, by the way, is from Epidemic Sound. I just love a bit of fun music, a bit of funky music, all sorts of music on my shows. So yeah, if I have a wasp moment, I can put be right back there. So yeah, so I would love to know if this has encouraged you to do a podcast, to make a podcast. I just absolutely adore helping people like you to get your voice and message out there into the world with confidence, with professionalism, with your own branding, and be able to be out there everywhere that you choose with a simple planning strategy that doesn't take you forever. It's not overwhelming, and it's fun. and you build your audience, you build your authority, you build connection with, wonderful people like you. I have met people like you, and they've become best friends. I just think it's fantastic. It's so wonderful what you can do with live video and with podcasting. They're both very, very different, but both wonderful. They both have their pros, they both have their cons. So if you've got any questions on the live video or the podcast or the replay, just let me know. Just put a comment. You can go to my page if you like and just DM me, Katie Simpson on Facebook. Absolutely fine. I love helping people. So yeah, love to get your voice out there into the world. So I have my podcast masterclass coming up very, very soon. If you'd like to be on the wait list to get details about that, just put wait list, not WEIGHT. You don't have to be weighed to do a podcast, thankfully. It's WAIT, wait list. Saying that, I live near a town called High Wycombe in Buckinghamshire in the UK, and the poor people who want to be mayor of the city, they have to. Can you imagine how embarrassing this is? I really feel for them, but it's something that's like a tradition that's happened for hundreds of years, so they have to do it. But they have to, in front of everybody, people swarm into the town to watch this wonderful event. They have to actually be weighed on a massive set of scales if they'd like to be mayor. And not only that, the crowd, all a bit of fun, but if they've put on weight from the last year, say they were mayor the year before, they know how heavy they were. If they put on a bit of weight, the crowd just in jest boos them. I mean, how embarrassing is that? So thankfully I'm not, my mum was the mayor, but of a different town. So I'm really happy that she didn't have to do that. I think they can probably refuse, but you don't have to be weighed, okay, guys, to watch my masterclass. It's going to be in like a week or so's time. And I just love to help you to help others with podcasting and, just enjoy how great it can be. It really doesn't have to be really time consuming, really overwhelming, really expensive. It really can fit into a fantastic content planning schedule. So let me know if you'd like to be on the wait list. And I will see you next time, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You warm my heart. Honestly, I'm not just saying that. You really do. And I really want to help you. And this is what my website is called. Be Your Best You. I want to help you be your best you. If you want to have a look at my website, type in beyourbestYou.live. BeyourbestYou.live, because I want to help you get your unique voice and authority and talents and message out into the world through live video and podcasting. So I will see you hopefully next week. I am going live tomorrow, by the way, for our Fun and Friendship Friday show. If you've not seen it, you're missing a treat. It's great fun. And I'm actually asking people if they'd like to pop on to the show for could be 30 seconds or 1 minute, and you can join on your mobile or wherever you want. And it's just a time for getting together. We have a bit of a quiz, and there's a giveaway awarded, an Amazon voucher awarded. We have some fun with that. I share what's hot topics in the live video and podcasting world for the week. So it's just a really nice time, and we share some songs as well. So do come to that if you can. That is on Facebook and my YouTube channel and my... Yeah, no, it's not on LinkedIn at the moment. It would be really good for LinkedIn, actually. And I use the other platform called Wave.video to do that. So I will stop rambling and find my end scene. Okay, guys, take care. Let me know if you've got any questions. I love to help. See you later. I'd love to know if you like a bit of a boogie, guys. Next month, let me just turn this down a little bit. I'm doing, I don't know how I can do this. Anyway, I've decided to do a dance challenge for Alzheimer's research. If you're in the UK and you're about my age, you might remember somebody called Mr. Motivator. Mr. Motivator. He is a really fun guy who wears bright coloured sweatbands and stuff, and was on telly and Getting You Dancing. And so next month, if you want to join me in the dance challenge, I think you just dance to one song per day in September. And it's not a massive thing, it's just fun and raising money for Alzheimer's research. So if you'd like to join me in that, that would be really, really nice. Okay guys, let's have a boogie.